My wife hates it when I have fun. I got married 2.5 years ago. We've been together for 7 years before that. We've been having some issues lately. So if my wife comes into my room or in the house and sees me sitting, relaxing, or playing Xbox, she will start making chores for me to do, and sometimes I'll literally already have done them just to get me away from these things. I used to do them all no question, but the more I think about it, the less I want to or feel inclined to do it. For example, she is not a morning person, so I usually take care of our son from 8 o'clock in the morning until noon, which isn't what we agreed on in the beginning, and really is doing a toll on me not being able to sleep, but she genuinely doesn't care. Anyway, this morning when we heard him get up, she started barking at me to go get him, which is weird because I always get him in the morning. I tell her I'm tired, and I get up and I go get my son. My son has this thing where he pulls me in the crib and wants me to lay with him, and I complied. He's smiling and giggling as we're just talking to each other. She walks in and says, "You know you're 185 pounds, and you can't be laying in that bed." She also said this right before she went straight back to bed, so she literally only said this to me just to be mean. I replied, "Well, babe, you laid in the crib with him 3 nights ago. Isn't that the same thing?" She says, "You weigh 180 pounds, then proceeds to tell me I'm the biggest regret of her life and should have never married me. Why? She literally always tells me I do nothing. I clean up literally every mess my boy makes. Like I follow him and clean as he's playing, cause she freaks out when she wakes up and there's a mess from him playing. Claims I should clean behind him as he plays to ensure a clean house. It's like everything is an issue and nothing is good enough. Also, let me just add that we are financially stable. I make the money and she just spends it. I really don't know why she is so disgusted with me. Granted, I have issues, but I don't hit her. I don't cheat. I think I'm a good father. I just really can't find out what her problem is."
This here is the delusion of men, right? Where you're wondering why your wife is treating you like this when you literally don't have a backbone. Where you literally allowing yourself to be treated like a doormat. He is the provider of the family, where his wife can stay home, have the luxury of being a stay-at-home mom, but without the responsibilities of being a stay-at-home mom. Where, like he said, like he does the cleaning, he take cares of the baby. Like it's cool that you contribute, but when you like overly contribute, it doesn't make sense. All right? When you overly contribute and yet you get so little in return, it don't make sense. Because if you have to still take care of the house and take care of the child, what are you providing for? Who are you providing for? You're literally just creating a lazy monster. And that's why I technically don't blame the ungrateful wife. I don't. Because literally he's allowed himself to be treated like a doormat. He allows himself to be seen as someone without a backbone, as someone who can be used and abused. He's allowing her to treat him that terribly. And that's the thing where men don't understand why they're being treated the way they are. Because when you allow people to treat you the way, well then, why wouldn't they not treat you like that? So, like then, you're giving her the luxury of being a stay-at-home mom, but she doesn't need to take up any of the responsibilities. So, no duh, that's a cushy job. Being a stay-at-home mom is a job, right? It is a job. It's not something that, you should just think as, oh, it's like something that nothing comes with it. No responsibility comes with it. There's a lot of responsibility that if you can provide for somebody to have the luxury of being just not having to go through work, well then, that's a luxury. But that also comes with responsibilities, and you're not enforcing those responsibilities. So no duh, she's taking advantage of it. And at the end of the day, these are the men that will suffer, right? She will get bored of him. And most likely she could cheat on him. She might as well cheat on him because she sees him as a doormat, as less than a man, because you don't have any masculinity in you, right? You're not even putting yourself as the leader of your household. You're pretty much putting yourself as the slave of your house, where you might as well cook and clean and take care of the baby and just let your wife berate you and order you around like you are the freaking maid, the freaking slave, where you make the money and you pretty much maintain the house. So really, you're useless. You are not useless, but you're powerless. You're powerless in your relationship. And this is a sad thing where, like I said, that these are the type of men that will suffer, and their relationship will end in divorce, end in infidelity, and end in him being broken. Right? And that's why it's a sad thing that a lot of men don't. They will suffer from it. They don't see that. They don't see that situation for how it is. Right? They don't see that they are being used and they're being treated as a doormat, and yet they don't see that they have to make a stand. They have to be the man of the house. That's why it's funny that it's crazy that you could provide for a family and yet you get treated like a second class citizen. You get treated like a dirt. You get treated like dirt, and you get treated like a doormat. So it shows you that you're doing so much, yet you are allowing yourself also to be treated like shit. It's terrible.